Hello everybody and a very good evening. Welcome to Crafters TV. Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. Our final show of your Wednesday. Beautiful Beginnings is here. This is a lovely show actually because we kind of like to take those questions. Well, we take questions all the time, but we, in this show, sort of strip things back just a little bit. It's a nice show to be able to jump into if you are fairly new and you've got what you think is a simple question and you're too afraid to ask it. This is the show to be able to do it, and about anything, anything that we've got on the show, any of the products, anything to do with crafting in general. You can ask it in this show, and let's make it as nice and interactive as possible. You can get social with us, as you can see on the strap on the bottom of the screen. But it is the third day of our crafting Christmas event, third and a half day really if you count the launch show on Sunday, which I suppose we've got to really, so it's the fourth day, and we've been having so much fun. Double points, double bubble everybody for whatever you're shopping for, whether it be on the shows that we've got for you here, whether it be new launches, whether it be across the website, whether it be on the website, across all of the amazing discounted items that we've got as part of our Crafting Christmas event. We've got 3 for 2s on Gemini accessories, 3 for 2s on papers. We've got discounted Spectrum Noir deals and the pens and the pencils, discounts on Totally Tiffany products. It is all there for you. Whatever you're shopping for, it's double points on all orders. And also, with a £50 or $75 spend, we have got the limited edition Christmas tree. Yeah, new for 2023 or 2020 tree, maybe that should be. Oh dear. There is your tree. We did have a gift for £10, $10 spend, but that has gone because so many of you have been shopping, but that one is still available. It's a limited edition though still, so that could potentially sell out before the end of the week, but if you're spending 50 or 75, you'll get that added for free. If you're not spending that amount and you still want it, you can buy it. It is on the website as an item to buy. And alongside all of that, the excitement, we are also giving you the chance to win. Yes, all you have to do if you want to be in with a chance of winning a £250, $250 spending spree is comment. I mean, it could not be easier. You could literally just go, hi, and you're in the draw. I mean, that's it. I mean, try and come up with something a bit better than that, send us a question or send us a nice comment. I mean, if you want to put, you can. What we've loved from this as well is I think that this chance to win has also made a few people who don't normally comment give us a little bit of a wave and go, oh, hello, I'm always watching, but I'm never commenting. So if that's you tonight, if you've never commented before, or maybe you've not commented in ages, make tonight the night, and who knows, we could be plucking you out to go into the draw on Sunday, where somebody watching tonight potentially could win that shopping spree worth $250. Now, I am on my own in the studio. I feel all alone now, actually, because pretty much everyone's gone home. I'm still here. Jake's still here. Johnny's here. George is still here, and Dean's here. But that's about it now. And normally I have someone over the other side of the studio, just there. But there is no one there. Thankfully, though. Yeah, look. Oh, it's bare. It's a sad sight. But thankfully, I have someone with me by the powers of He-Man, then by the powers of Grayskull and the modern technology. I have with me all the way down south, the one and only Sheena Douglas. How are you, Sheena, in the craft lair?
Fabulous here. The lair is it's going well. I'm enjoying it. Virtual me is very happy. Although I do like to be there, Ben, because we can't talk and be as notey as we normally can when I'm there. But I'll be back next week. It'll be good.
It's more difficult somehow, isn't it, across the airwaves? And there is a little bit of a time lag, which makes it more difficult to be naughty. I mean, the bosses are probably going, it's quite good that they're not being as naughty as they normally are. But it's lovely to have you here. And you've pretty much got everything there that you need in your studio, haven't you? And you've got all the tech. It's all set up for you.
Yeah, I have everything here. We've got everything. It seems to be, again, I don't want to temp providence or anything, but it's the last show was pretty seamless on the tech side of things. So we've got a good overhead camera, so you're not losing out on that, and everything at hand. Yeah, all the stuff that we plan to play with, I've got here, so it's all good, Ben.
All good. And we've got tonight on Beautiful Beginnings, we'll be taking a look at the Mediterranean Dreams collection. We've got beautiful card stock as well. But more importantly, we are here with your amazing stamps, which are kind of backed by popular demand, aren't they, these?
They are, Ben, yeah, because they're just new. We just brought them out and recently, and you've loved them, and so thank you. So they sold out, and lots of people were asking, how can I get them? Where can I get them? So we brought them back for you. Because the other good thing is they're a really nice kind of stamp to use to show the products, the colouring items that we've got here that will really, you can showcase them so well, because as a crafter, I've drawn them to use as a crafter, not just to draw them as an image to was going to put on the wall. They're drawn with the intention of having just enough shading there to give you an idea where the shading is, but lots of space, and that it makes it workable so you can colour in and practice all those techniques that we're going to show you too.
Yeah, really exciting. And if you've missed any of the shows already today, plenty of techniques to go back and have a look at. And we're going to have a look, before we get into the deal here, we'll look at a few samples with you. I can see a few actually over your shoulder on the shelves behind you, some of those beautiful stamps. You've obviously popped onto cards already, looking marvellous.
Yeah, we've got them dotted around, and I've got some on the overhead as well, Ben, that will show you. So we'll go through, we'll do a virtual gallery. So you'll be singing the Vision On music in your head, but there you go, as I go. So these are the stamps. So if you're liking the look of the stamps, there's plenty of inspiration here that my amazing inkoids have created for you, and they look just stunning. So different mediums, different techniques. These are the, I think those were the alcohol pens, the Spectrum Noirs, and I think those were too, but you can go for grungy, you can go for clean, you can go for muted colours, bright colours. I just adore that. That's lovely. In this particular flower, you can make it any colour you want. We'll use your parchment on there. This is actually on parchment. Use your reinkers for background techniques. And as you can see, just lots and lots of simple. These are big images. You know, you look at those images and you think, how on earth have I fit those onto an A6 stamp sheet? But I have, because these are sizable cards. So the good thing is, because they fit on an A6 stamp sheet, you know they're going to fit if you want to make smaller cards for posting. That's good, but they're big enough images that have stretched that, used that real estate that we have, so that you can make big, impressive matted, put a mat on there, and you've got a big, wow, larger format card as well, so that they don't get lost in a larger card, these ones, for sure. The berries, I love the berries because the team have coloured them in different colours. You've got them like they look like rose hips, which is actually what they were, little rose hips, but then coloured in with like blueberries. I love that. So change up the colours. We've got like orangey berries that have been created. Craft card with your colour blend pencils works brilliant. Bit of a white pen on there. We've got a little bit of bling on here. So the glitter glues and things that have just been released are going to look fabulous with this range too. We're going to be playing with the aqua pens, which we have in the pick of the day deal as well, Ben.
We do.
We've also been playing with the shimmer sprays, which are apparently going pretty fast. So that's the plan for this hour. Let me show you what that combination is going to look like. When you get the pens and the shimmer sprays in the same kind of like project, Ben, you get that lovely, gorgeous mix of bling on here. I hope that's picking that up on the camera. Can we get that little reflection on there? I'm hoping. So this is the one we're going to do very soon. We looked at the berries this afternoon in the Colour Me Happy show. And we also did the topper for this butterfly. We didn't do the background. We might do a little bit of background. We'll see how we get on. But love that with the monochrome and then the spot colour. But to make the spot colour even more wow, we've painted over the top and used the shimmer sprays as like an overlay. And this is where we started this morning with this one in the Wake Up Call show. Same technique, creating fabulous backgrounds. By the way, the backgrounds all made with the pens that are in the pick of the day. So if you're thinking pens are just for colouring in, no, they're for so much more. Check it out. Look, and how gorgeous are these? Look, those backgrounds all done with the pens. There was something I was playing with previously. Now, we might, if we get a chance, we could have a little experiment. You know me, I like to experiment. So in the break, I was playing with one of the sprays. You know when you spritz the background, Ben, and you colour in with the stamp, but look at how cool that looks.
That looks amazing.
Isn't that fab?
Yeah.
So that's another new technique combination there. And this one, I've over-stamped it. So that's kind of started off life like this. But then I over-stamped it to put the detail back in, but I think that's just such a pretty thing for wedding cards and things. Look how fab they would be, just change up the colours. So loads of inspiration, lots of things for us to play with, Ben, in this this couple of hours, and we'll take it down to basics as well, because it's nice to start with, you know, don't assume anything. Well, not assume anything. I literally have no filter anyway, so if it's in my head, you'll get it. Just as a heads up, you may have to filter.
Can I just say as well, we'll say a few hellos. Two of my favourite things from the earlier show, if you've not yet seen it, go back and see what Sheena MacGyver did with some bubble wrap and some aluminium foil, because that was one of my favourite demos, especially with the aluminium foil, the tin foil Sheena. I mean, it was just amazing, which goes to show you can incorporate lots of other things that you've got around your house in your mixed media and in your craft, can't you?
Absolutely, basically, just yes. That's the fun of it. Bringing stuff in and having a play with it is the fun part of it. I love that when you can bring out, you know, read the kitchen cupboard and then come back and do do good stuff with it, for sure.
That's it. Listen, let's say a few hellos, then we'll take you through this pick of the day deal, because there's so many of you watching. Linda Seals joined us. Lucky Etta Gibson is in from Kentucky. She says, I'm a bit, but I can't resist catching this live as I love mixed media and I love Sheena. Betty Rogers is in. Susan Ware says hi from a toasty Las Vegas. Who else have we got in? Philip Watson, Barbara R from Indiana, Mary Patson from sunny Montana. I'm a poet and I don't know it. Tina N joins us. Terry H says hello all crafty friends from a rainy central Iowa. Gareth Dobbs is in. Gaza. Rhonda says good day to everyone. I'll be watching but not chatting. I have embroidery to do today. Ords29 says good evening from a hot and sunny Portugal. Ooh, whereabouts in Portugal are you? That sounds amazing. George is coming to Portugal next week. Ords29. Where are you going? Bill Mora? Oh, Vilmora. I don't know where that is. If that's near you, Ords29, you'll hear him coming. Sherry says, hello from beautiful Oregon. So excited to see Sheena. Sheena is always awesome. Ingrid Brookman says, finally, I get a live show, or I catch a live show. It's nice to have you with us. Tina Kensinger says, hey, y'all, from Oklahoma, from an Oklahoma gal living in northeast Pennsylvania. Zoe Carver's in from West Sussex. Amelie Batiste says, love Christmas crafting. It's my most favourite next to birthdays. Sherry Burns is in from Florida. Liz R joins us. Also, Carletta Morris from Arkansas. Carolyn Wilson from Florida. Susan Ware says, Christmas shows are great. Makes me forget how hot it is outside. And Cheryl Kay joins us too. I'm very excited for my crafter's tree, says Kelly. Kelly, what did you buy to get the tree? I would be interested to know. Kim Pusher says, I thoroughly enjoy Wednesdays, being Sheena Day. Well, so many in. Susan Thompson, good evening to Ben and all. I see your voice is still working. Just about. Good day off tomorrow, though. Sherry Duncan says, hey all from a sunny Mount Vernon, WA. High of 72 degrees. I'm loving all the demos. Debbie Deborah Durant says, Ben, you need to organise a Sheena cardboard cutout. That'd be quite funny, that, wouldn't it? We could throw and have Sheena cardboard cut at the other side and then get Sheena to do the voiceover. But it's fine, we've got digital Sheena today, which is more fun than a cardboard cutout. Wedley's in, Lynette Maloney from Massachusetts, Suzanne Dawn, Mary Shaw, Donna Yam, Ginger Bailey, and Lillian Kwok says, hi Ben and Sheena, you two are a great team. I love the naughtiness. But as we said, been less of the naughtiness today because of the sort of barriers of the, you know, doing it over the Zoom. But we'll be back again soon. Haylin Morton in Newcastle and Roseanne Carbone join us too. So many hellos. We'll do a few more of those in a second. But let's show you the pick of the day. The power of nature. Watercolour stamps. You've seen most of the designs here in card form with Sheena just a few moments ago there. You're getting all four of the sets, which are your beautiful butterfly blooms. You've got your beautiful, you've got your buttercup, and then your berry much included in here too. So you can see the designs are absolutely beautiful, A6 size, nice and big, real focal points and great florals for kind of all year round and all projects. And as we always say, who doesn't love a floral? Who doesn't love a flower? These are perfect for all occasions, for all sorts of people within your family and friends, and you get some lovely sentiments to go with these too. Now, those are the stamps. You will notice down the side here, we are also popping into the showstopper your watercolour card, 300 GSM, premium watercolour card stock, 9x12, and you're getting 20 sheets of that. Plus, we're going to give you your 12-pack of floral aqua markers, dual-ended pens. You've got that fine nib one end and then that stunning brush nib the other. Absolutely brilliant, of course, for creating watercolour effects. Now, the colours that you've got in here, obviously you've got 12. You can then take your water to them and create all of the different shades and hues. And of course, you can then mix the colours that you've got in here to create even more colours. So it's not just 12 colours, it's a whole spectrum and a whole host of colours that you're going to get. The showstopper is brilliant for the fact that you're only paying, if you're platinum, £33.57 or $39.84. You should be paying an extra £37 or $54 for these two items. But you're not. You're paying an extra $10. Which is absolutely incredible. That is why it is the pick of the day. That is why so many of you have shopped for it and bought it today. Double points on this one as well, so definitely worth getting into your basket. And just worth explaining, if you do want to go for the stamps on their own, there is a smaller bundle. But listen, as I said, for the sake of a tenner, to get this and to get this, which you're going to need, because they're going to run out eventually, I would tell you to go for the showstopper. Jump in and grab it. Right. Let us get on into it and get on over to Sheena, who is going to take us through the first of our demos. So where are we going to start then, Sheena?
Well, we're going to start with a bit of paper, a blank bit of paper. But it's not just any paper. Oh no, this is the watercolour pad, the premium watercolour pad. Let me bring this in. It's a bit like that Star Wars thing, you know, when it comes in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah. So basically, this is the card I'm using. If you want the best of the best to work with any of your water-based products, so it could be your inks, your blending inks, your water reactive inks, it could be your aqua pens we're using today, it could be watercolours, anything like that. This is the card to use, and don't think it's just A4, it's not, it's bigger than A4, so you're going to get a lot out of this, guys, 20 sheets, but you're going to use it just for your colouring in of your toppers in an arty fashion. So even your backgrounds, I would use just the regular watercolour card, but for colouring in and where you want shading and a bit more control, that's the one to use. So I'm going to use this image here, which is the Be Happy one. It's got a little bee in there. This is Maria takes most amazing pictures. We've got gorgeous florals. We've got actually lots of, I've got nice, pretty good garden, but none of it's down to me, Ben.
Oh, really?
I cannot claim anything with the gardening. I haven't a clue, to be honest. Maria does, fortunately. So between her garden and our mum and dad's garden, we've actually got lots of lovely florals and things that are fabulous for inspiration and reference. And we captured this little bee. And but I moved him and put him a little bit further to where I wanted him to be.
So is that where all the stamps come from then, from the garden pretty much?
Mostly, yeah, you know, from out and about, because if you're drawing from realism, Ben, you need like real things to look at. If they're just kind of a cartoon or a kind of caricature, that's a different thing. But you know what, I remember my art teacher always used to say, don't draw what you think you see, draw what you actually see.
Yeah.
And that is so true. I did that once when I was doing drawing a daffodil, thinking, right, I got the wrong number of petals, totally wrong number of petals. Turns out they had one more petal than I knew about. Pesky daffodils, eh? So then we've got this image. Now, if you look here, if you look closely and you're thinking, this could have been a little bit tidier, don't worry. That was just a quick stamp there with my rocker block. I'm happy with that. But if you think, I want that little bit extra like captured in here, this is where I keep saying, get your art liners, and just, if anything is just a tiny, sometimes you'll find everything's brilliant, but there's a tiny little miss somewhere, just isn't, you know, you've missed a tiny bit on the stamp. Rather than stamp it all again and go, in the art liners, just fill that gap in brilliantly, and then you're good to go. So as I've just done, so now we're gonna colour this in. And we will use the floral set that we have with the pick of the day, because why not? So I'm going to pick out the colours that I'm going to work with, Ben. This is the colour chart I've made previously. Yep. Now, because it's beautiful beginnings, I'm going to go over again how important it is. Honestly, this is so important. Make a colour chart. Don't just go off the colours of the plastic on your pens, because this is just dyed plastic. It's not the real colour. It's as close as they can get to the real colour. You're far better always working off with the real colour. So basically, all of these here, I've used the intense just from the, so for example, the leaf green, I've scribbled the actual colour here. Yeah. I haven't touched it with water, but then this one I've scribbled underneath and then washed it out with water. So I can see that from reference, I'm going to be able to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And then I've actually also used the bullet tip to just write down the colour underneath, because it's also got a really cool bullet tip on there. So for adding detail after you've stamped or for your journaling, it's perfect for that.
I tell you, Sheena, before we get into the kind of bones of the demo and start doing the colouring, I know we are just going to take a short little break, actually, just to give, because many people have got the showstopper in their basket. So let's give everybody the opportunity to get those baskets checked out. And then when we come back, we shall continue on with this demo and we'll read loads more of your comments and say hello, because it's a super busy show. But get to the checkouts, because this showstopper is flying. We'll see you in a mo.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We will be back with Sheena in just a few moments' time. Back to that demo. If you still want to pick up the showstopper, the Power of Nature watercolour stamps are still available for you. They've been very busy today. I thought it was a good opportunity, just whilst we wait to go back, to read a few comments. There's loads of lovely comments coming through. Thank you for all of these. Susan Thompson says, I bought loads this week, and it's only Wednesday. Can you let me know what you've bought? I'd love to know what you guys have bought this week. What's your favourite thing? What's the one thing that you're most looking forward to the delivery person bringing? What's that first thing that you're going to be getting out and crafting with? Hey to Mary Pat 1000, who says, my hubby has an appointment, so it's Crafters TV on the big screen. I love it when you guys put us on the big screen. I love that so much. Again, like, do most of you watch on the big screen? Or are you watching on tablets? How does it work? Let me know. Roseanne Carbone says, hey, Sheena and Ben, our social media superstar, the wonderful team, and all my fellow crafters. And Eve B says, on my screen, these have such crazy dimension. The cards which we saw at the top of the show, the shading techniques is crazy, but I hope mine look half as great. I'm sure they absolutely will. And as we always say, if you're picking up these products, when you make your cards and your projects, make sure if you want to send in pictures to the studio, you can. If you want to pop them in all of our various groups, like I'm a fan of Crafters Companion, you can, and tag us in them because we love to see them. Sherry Miller says, hi Ben, we love how you and Sheena are a great fit. Thank you. I feel like Sheena and I get on very well, actually. I think as a lot of you know, I sort of worked with her once many years ago and then sort of met her properly when she came back here to Crafters, and we've gotten like a house on fire ever since. Hi to Samantha Cheney. Hi, Sue Benson says, good afternoon. Still morning here. Always love to watch Sheena. I have most of her items, so I can just enjoy. Beth Valone's with us, and Susan and Mimi George says Sheena does amazing wow projects, but an easy flair. She thinks outside the box and breaks everything down to be so easy. And Sherry Miller says, Ben, where is your Barry Gibb outfit? I need a song from you, a duet. Maybe Sheena and I will finish with a song later on, potentially. Maybe that's the way to go. We'll go out in style, Barry Gibb style. And Kelly says, I ordered Snow Queen, Ben. I can't wait to get it. Not only did they get my pretty tree, but free shipping too. Such great deals this week. Sandy Kessler also says, hi to all my CC crafty friends from Florida's Treasure Coast. Happy to see Sheena. Looks like she'll be limiting her travel time. Thank heavens for technology. Absolutely. And Ingrid says, which set of aqua markers comes with the showstopper, please, Ben? It's the floral ones. We do have another deal, Ingrid, where you can pick up the other 3 sets, which I'll show you later on. So you can kind of get like 48 pens with all different colours. Vanessa Fuentes has bought the Snow Queen collection, and Sarah says, I'm looking forward most to getting the new glitter paste and stencils. I can understand why. Donna Yam also says, excited to receive the glitter paste and stencils, as is Liz R. The glitter paste leading the way so far. Let us know what you're most excited for. I'll tell you what, one other thing we can have a quick look at, just whilst we're waiting to go back to Sheena, is the Mediterranean Dreams. collection, because this one is on the Beautiful Beginnings show. All of this you can find on the show page right now, or indeed if you just click the Shop the Day page, you can see everything right there. But this is gorgeous. What we've got within this collection is all of the hardware, basically. The papers disappeared, sadly, but look at all of the beautiful dies that you can get with that stunning, delicate lace border. That could be actually a beautiful border to go with so many different collections, not just with the Mediterranean Dreams. This one here, though, the lemon vine, that sums up this collection beautifully, doesn't it? It's such a stunning edgeable, so much detail in that, and the ability for you to be able to paper piece back in. We did have the linen cardstock originally to go with this, but I'm sure if you didn't manage to pick it up, you'll have some corresponding colours that you can use to create that beautiful edgeable effect. We have got tiles in here as well. The Mediterranean tile, that is gorgeous. 2 dies once again here, so whether you want to cut this into your cardstock and create that sort of creator card effect, or indeed you want to use the outer die as well and cut that panel out, you can. That sort of screams a little bit of ribbon threading to me, that one, actually. Do you know what I mean? Bit of ribbon threading to it. You've then also got your Mediterranean window with your bougainvillea. I think did I learn that from Sheena? I kind of want to say that I did. But you've got that beautiful bougainvillea, you've got that stunning open window, and then all of the different bits and pieces here to kind of create that scene with. You've got Mediterranean Dreams, wishing you a wonderful day with love and much more. Then you've got Live Your Zest Life. This is super cool. I love it. You've got the lemon and the orange in there and the dies to be able to cut those stamped images out alongside some of the best sentiments. You've got Squeeze the Day. See what we did there? Instead of Seize the Day. Live Your Zest Life. Take it easy, and the zest is yet to come. We've got beautiful stencils in here too, the olives and leaves. Hey, if you manage to pick up those glitter pastes, why not potentially try using some of those through this beautiful stencil? Nothing to stop you. And then you've also got within this set the beautiful 3D embossing folder, the decorative tiles. That is stunning, and so much detail in these tiles, which if you wanted to, you could snip into and use individually. That is £44 or $54.40 if you're a Platinum member. Like we said, you can pick that up on the Shop the Day page, or indeed on the Shop the Show for Beautiful Beginnings. A few more comments coming through. We'll say a few of those. I'm loving all of this. So who's favourite thing? Who's bought what they're most looking forward to? Well, Susan Thompson says, everything on the show I have bought. The fluffy snow, puffy snow, puffy snow, the showstopper to the watercolour pack today. I can't wait for the glitter paste, says Suzanne Dawn. Michelle Butler says the glitter paste and glues are going to be fun. Oh, you guys are going to have so much fun with those once they arrive. And Karen Powell says, my penguin stamps arrived today, Ben. So that's what I will be doing this week. Lots of love for the Med Dreams collection. Michelle Gibb says, hi Ben, Sheena, crew and crafty friends. I usually watch on the big screen, but I'm in bed with a cold, so you're on my iPad. My husband Ray, I remember Ray Gibb, you said the poor BG, is looking after me and says hi. Well, hi Michelle, and hi Ray, and Michelle, I hope you get better soon. Tara Wade says, I've ordered the glitter paste and stencils. I cannot wait to play. I'm going to stencil up glass trays like Corin did a few days ago to give to friends for Christmas. That's a lovely idea. I missed that demo actually, but I saw the glass tray, which was the other side of the studio when I came back in on Monday. Marvellous. But as we've discussed, like so many different ways for you to be able to use those, picking up like little glasses and things inexpensively, and candles as well. How beautiful was the glitter paste to go onto the candles, which was amazing. Michelle Butler says, I've really enjoyed the Mediterranean Dreams collection. So many cards, and I love the colours. Vanessa Fuentes says the Mediterranean collection is amazing. The colours are stunning. I got mine with HSN when it launched. The Mediterranean tile theme is absolutely gorgeous, says Ingrid. And Ingrid says, glitter paste is coming. There's a song there, isn't there? Glitter paste is coming. I won't do it. I can see I'll have to put it in another order. Yeah, those glitter pastes are still available. By the way, we do have some water reactive ink pads as well for you to go with the Med Dreams collection. So I can show you this. Also worth bearing in mind, if you hit the Shop the Day button, you will find the ink trays available for you as well. So I think quite nice if you bought the Mediterranean Dream collection to get these ink pads, which I'll show you, because we've basically thought of the colours which would work really nicely with the Mediterranean Dreams collection, and we put them all together for you. I'll tell you about the ink trays in just a second, but the colours you will receive in your bundle are the Noir Black. And don't forget, with the water reactive collection, you've got the ability here to be able to blend seamlessly with them, to emboss with them too. You've also got your, sorry, not emboss, to distress with them. You've got your pine tree. You have got your, oh, is this not the right one? Oh, my bad. My bad. Let's have a look. It's the florals, isn't it? There we go. I thought the colours were a little bit wonky. Good job you're on the ball, Dean. So these are the water reactive florals collection. So the Noir Black, you've got your pine tree, you've got your Friar Brown, you've got Oasis, you have got your Plum Jam, you've got Green Topaz, you also have your Pale Fig, not Pale Pig as it once was called on air, not by me. And then your Spring Meadow in there too. So that is actually your water reactive florals collection for £28 or $40. The ink trays, as I said, are available. They're on a crazy deal today. I think it was Daniel earlier on saying he snapped up loads of those because the price on the ink pad trays, also on the Shop Today page, are incredible. I think it's just over £8 for the set of 6, but do have a look on the website for those. Amelie Batiste saying the Mediterranean Dreams collection is timeless. Looking forward to all of this week's Christmas purchases, says Benita. I can't pick one over the other. And Tina N says, my penguins arrived today. Looking forward to glitter paste and Sheena stampings. There's the details for the ink pad trays for you as well. All 6 of those you'll get for a crazy price today. 30% off, £8.39 or $11.17 with double points on everything. Don't forget as well. Right, let us go back. Enough of my whittering on. We can go back to Sheena. And when we left you, Sheena, we were just getting ready, weren't we, to colour in one of your beautiful stamps?
We were, Ben. Indeed we were. So what I've got here is I've got this already stamped here, and I've picked out some colours that I think we're going to look pretty cool with this. Yeah. I've got all the greens that are, and I'm using the floral set because it's such a fabulous set to use. I've got the 3 greens that are in that set. We're going to do some purple flowers, so I'm using wildflower and orchid, which I think will work rather nicely. And I have also got these 2 here, which I think we're going to use for this little ribbon in the background. So let's start off with the flower. So I'm going to, now I could use the pens directly onto my my background, but I don't really want to do that because it's going to be really strong. It's going to grab all the colour and it's going to be too intense, and that's the power of the pens. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm using it like on the matte again, Ben, the dark colour, just use it as a palette. So take the product out of that. Then I'm going to use the lighter colour here, which is the orchid. So we've got wildflower and orchid. And now that becomes, in effect, the palette. So this is what you can do, guys. So those of you who are brand new and you're thinking, pens, great, I can just colour in with them. Yes, you can. That's fabulous. But if you want to have a little bit more kind of, save your money, but also have a little bit more kind of control and regarding the light and the dark and the shading of your projects, which you would need to apply them like this, because you literally, the pens will just lay down a flat amount of colour. Yeah, it'll be lovely and intense, and it'll be look absolutely fab if that's the look you want. But if you want to have a little bit of shading and make it look a little bit more watercolour-esque, you would apply it like this. And honestly, it's a lot easier than you think. What I would say, things that people do that they think that would be easy, they've done and in the past, and from experience and workshops and things, they'll say, well, I got a water brush and I did this, and well, no, that's straight away where it's going to become a little bit more tricky. Is a water brush is too wet. You can't control a water brush with the amount of water and liquid that you're applying, but you can control a regular brush. What you can't see on camera is I always have my water container, and I always have some kitchen paper underneath the water container and like to the front. So I always am picking up colour on my brush, and then applying it, wetting the brush and dabbing it onto the paper. that's beside my water container, Ben, and that is taking away all of that extra colour that I don't, liquid that I don't need. And that's how you're going to control where the paint goes and where it doesn't go. It's just by using a drier brush.
Yeah.
And just get used to keep adding water rather than keep loading it up with colour, because it's surprising how much colour is in each of these little pens here. You don't need to keep, which is fabulous. How good is that, when what you've got to learn is how to use less of it?
That's it.
What if every product was like that?
More
Companies
bang
would
for
love
your
that,
buck.
wouldn't they?
Just an interesting one, whilst we're watching you, Betty's asked, Sheena, what one technique would you recommend to make biggest impact and boost my card sales? I love that question.
Whoa, that's like was it the $64 question?
$64,000 question.
60, yeah, whatever it is, big money question.
Yeah.
One technique.
Yeah,
Yikes.
what would be your one go-to?
Wow, you know what? I would say colouring, just colouring like this.
Yeah.
If you master, you can do lots of cool techniques and background techniques, and they're fun and they're achievable. But what you'll be able to make you stand out in the crowd is if your colouring has got some finesse about it, and you can decide where you want the light and shade and the just that extra wow factor. It just, definitely, I would say learn colouring, learn how to use, I would say, a water-based product just like this. Get used to how it's working, and you know what, the best way to do that to start is to make that colour chart, because you're learning how much water to add to get the product to blend. I do that when I get a new product. You don't know how it's going to react, how it's going to work on a piece of card or anything until you get the feel of it. You know, you really got to get it in your hands and take it for a test run.
That's it.
And see and try it, and that's exactly it. And that's definitely what I would say. Definitely my answer, and I'm sticking to that one.
Well,
Thank you very much.
I like that answer. And Susan Thompson says, does Sheena find that her arm wears out crafting all day?
You know what? It doesn't, and neither does my voice, unfortunately for you guys. Yeah, never known to wear out. Yeah, I talk in my sleep. Yeah.
So funny.
So,
you know, it's funny actually.
Like,
in the years that I've done, because I did radio for 20 years, and obviously talking is essential to what we do. But I've never found you watch now, or it will I'll lose it. I've never lost my voice in all the years that I've been doing it. It's funny, isn't it?
It is. I have. Oh, I tell you what, Ben, you don't want to be near me when I've got no voice. What? Seriously, Bear with a sore head?
Oh, really?
What, me not being able to talk? Not happy times for me, Ben.
No, I can imagine actually.
Oh no, yeah, seriously. Grumpy McGrumpyson from Grumpysville. Yeah. It doesn't happen very often, but if I get like a virus or something, it has happened, and fortunately not too often.
That's
it. I'm not a happy camper when that does happen.
No, I can imagine all of those impressions and the singing that you can't do.
Oh, what silence? Never gonna happen. Yeah, which is why when you're in school or even in college, and as you even moving through life, when they look at the perfect job for you, originally it was just going to be art. That was going to be what I was going to do, and then realizing this is not a person who's ever going to sit quietly and just paint. And that's never going to happen. So how perfect is this? How, if you could write the perfect job sheet for you as a personality, it couldn't have written itself any better, could it?
Did they pick you out for art at school then, when they were talking about jobs for the future? Is that what they? Because I hear a lot of the time.
It was always going to be art. That was the thing I could do at school. It was art.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing was, Ben, is that it was one of those things, art, but, we didn't know about it. I actually started to study graphic art, which was not as much arty art. It was more, it wasn't really, I didn't love it, but I started studying that in Newcastle. But the funny thing was that my parents, being practical as they are, aren't they? You've got these decide, and it's like, that's what you need to fall back. So my mother's plan for me, and which I followed for like about, I think maybe 2 weeks, was maybe have like office skills as a backup. Me in an office, seriously, I'd shut the business in a day. I would be the worst PA you could ever imagine. Like, if I do make a list, I forget to look at it. And the funniest thing was, it was back in the day when shorthand was the thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Ben. Oh, it was painful because I just found it so boring. So you'd start to dictate something, and the idea was, you know, the tutor would dictate, and then you'd write it down, and then you'd read it back to them. Well, honestly, I had it was like hieroglyphs. I had bits of shorthand, then my own little bits squiggled in between. It was not good.
Is it universal? Is it universal symbols for shorthand then?
Oh well, all I learned. If anybody knows shorthand, they'll know P and D was like a line and a dot and a line or something like that. That's about it. After that, my attention span was off and wandering elsewhere. Yeah, it was. I was in another world, and thought, oh, I can't be. I never did well with repetition learning, and you know that's one of those repetition learning things. There's no way around it. You know, it's not. It doesn't have much logic and sense to it. You just got to learn it, kind of parrot fashion, and break through the pain barrier. But no, I wasn't up for breaking through the pain barrier and getting there. I just was. Yeah, I was in my own little dream world. So yeah, not so good.
It's funny, isn't it? It's interesting talking to. I found out so much stuff about our guys. Like I found out the other day, Lily, who you'll know, was a couple of years away from being a dentist, which I never found out. As our Debbie Robinson used to work in dentistry, so it's funny to kind of find you know, what people nearly ended up doing, but for you it was always art, and we're so glad that you've come back to us at Crafters TV. Just a quick question from Susan, who says, would you buy, Sheena, a few different size brushes for colouring in the stencil pictures? So is it good to have different sized brushes in general?
Oh, absolutely. If you get that set of brushes, the royal and limeable that we normally have in stock, can't do it without doing it, Ben.
I expect it every time now.
I can't help it now. So if you get those, you'll find that there's a good range of brushes, because it's a set I put together many, many years ago. And I cherry-picked all those sizes, in sizes that I knew that if I only could have these few brushes, they were going to cover every occasion that I'd probably need them for. So, yes, definitely have different sizes, because you wouldn't use this round number 6 brush to create a background wash. What I would use though is this one here, this 3/4 inch flat brush would be the one, but likewise I wouldn't use this to try and colour this in either. That bit most people get, but sometimes people do think it would be safer to do a wash or do it, you know, and have more control if I do it with a little brush. It doesn't. You're going to get it's a mess. It's like painting the wall. The bigger the brush you can manage, the less patchy it's going to be, and it's going to be as streak free as possible. So definitely different size brushes. And also, you know, replace them. They don't last forever. They are great brushes, but wear and tear does happen. And if they're starting to kind of look a little bit like they've all fallen out with each other, all those bristles, and they're all going in every which direction but the same, you know, it might be time to invest in another set, because they're so affordable.
Which ones would you recommend again, Sheena? Which ones would you recommend?
Royal and Langsel. Absolutely, definitely those ones. Yeah, it's either Julia Child, or Charlie Says.
Oh yeah.
It just kind of, you know, when this little mouth went like everywhere, didn't it? And it was trying to speak. I have too many references like this in my head, and the thing is you know, not enough people kind of like, I don't have a little good traffic cop in my head that keeps the stuff in, you know, it's rubbish, it's just out there before I know it. So
but that's why you and I think are kindred spirits, because you come up with some random stuff like that, and then, you know, I know all about the random stuff, so that's why we have so many random chats together.
I think that's exactly it. We just get it, Ben. We just were there on the same page.
Yeah.
And I feel for you, Ben. Because you know my pain.
I'm like, you know, it's nice to have those chats with people, the random stuff that goes around in my head, and then someone else to go, oh yeah.
Absolutely. We're kind of like, it's kind of a support group, isn't it, really?
Oh dear. Yeah, I look forward to Wednesdays.
You know what? It's fun. And you know, that's the other important thing is whatever you're crafting, whatever you're doing, don't forget to have a laugh. Honestly, if it's getting to the point where you're going, it's not working, just stop, walk away, get yourself a cup of tea, bit of cake, a bit of chocolate. I can recommend any time. Then just think, okay, it's a bit of paper, it's a bit of card, and just come back at it. And usually, once you stop trying as hard, that's when it kind of comes together. It's then, you know, sometimes you feel you have to suffer more than you need to really to get a good result. And often it's when you let go and just go, right, okay, let's do what you said and just splodge it on there. And what do you know? It works better. So, yeah.
I think sometimes when you sort of disengage brain, it's
better, I'm good at that. No bother there. All right, done. Next request.
Brain always disengaged. Susan's asking.
Exactly, it's the engaging brain I have to bother with, Ben. That bit's easy.
Susan just asking, what's the best way to store your brushes?
Brushes never. Well, ideally, when you've wet them, face down like that. But what you see on people on painting sites and things, they'll have things rigged up, like clamps or things that they can clip their brushes in to hold them like this. But in practical terms, you really can't. So what you want to do is when you've cleaned them, always get them back into shape. When they'll stain, they always stain. That's a brand new, shiny, bright, lovely white new brush. That is one that's been loved, but look at the shape of it. The shape is just as good as when it's brand new, because when I'm done, I shape it back into place, and I usually just lie it flat to dry it, and then store them upright, like that. You get those little plastic things on them sometimes. I don't try and put those back on, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because more often than not, you'll put them back and you'll catch one of the bristles or a couple of the bristles, and when you push it back, you've crimped those back, and there's no way within any persuasion was going to get them back to forming back into the point. So I tend to not put those back on. What you can do is you get your little bit of like proper soap, hard soap, and when you form them like that, put a bit of soap onto the bristle, and it kind of keeps them together. And that's it. That's basically it. And then you just wet it, and you're ready to use them again when you just wash the soap off.
Top tip.
Yeah, but all these questions, keep them coming. These are really good questions. These are all absolutely relevant, and what we. You need to kind of know these things for success.
Well, that's what we say about Beautiful Beginnings. Ask the questions. Jane Adams says, Ben, can you do a Bob Ross impression? I don't know Bob Ross. I haven't watched enough Bob Ross to know what Bob Ross sounds like. I wonder if Sheena knows a Bob Ross impression.
No, I don't know. It's just he talks like this, very quietly, a couple of hairs and a bit of hair, that kind of thing. He's very mellow and chilled, and like myself. Not. That's my best Bob Ross.
George in the gallery like that, Sheena.
Sorry?
George in the gallery quite liked that impression. He said it was very good. So.
Did he? Thank you. All right, I'll do more. But there you go. Yeah, but I'm your woman for your Bob Ross impressions as well. Yeah. Bring them here.
Hannah says watching Sheena paint is very relaxing, like a modern day Bob Ross, just without the drama or the afro.
Definitely.
And Dana says, this is a good question. She says, Sheena, I've ordered several brushes and noticed some are purple with white bristles and some are blue with more of a brass colour. I'm wondering, is there any difference between them?
No, I think it's just a Royal and Langnickel thing. And I'll tell you what they do. They have this, what they call Taklon fibres. That's what these bits are. They're a man-made fibre.
Yeah.
And you basically have white and you have the natural colour, and it's kind of like a colour choice. I haven't found any difference in how one performs against the other, to be honest. It's just I think it's more an aesthetic than a practical application. That's my finding anyway. Maybe somebody else knows something different, but that's been my experience there, Ben.
Do you want more questions? This is a great night for questions.
Yeah, brilliant.
Samantha, what is the difference between marking ink on the glass mat and using a brush to colour and just colouring straight from the marker? So all of the different ways, I suppose, create you slightly different effects, don't they?
Absolutely. I'll show you. We'll show you what I mean. Right, so, okay, we'll put that to one side. Let's get a bit of card. So if you, I'll tell you what, let me wipe this up here as well. We'll just do a little quick clean up. Right, so if you, say, want to colour in this leaf, and we've got the dark colour and the lighter colour, say the two colours together. If, let me draw, here we go. Bear with. Right, so let's draw a leaf, okay? It's like the quickest leaf you can imagine.
Yeah.
Let's draw 2 leaves. Okay, 2 leaves, leaf and time, leaf it out.
Leaf it out, mate.
Leaf it out. And we'll try and show you that. So we've got a couple of leaves. Now, these art liners are a water resistant marker.
Yeah.
So it means that I can colour over with my water-based product, and the lines should not be going to move. It's good. They're going to dry a little bit, so hopefully they've dried enough. If not, we'll know about it. But right, so a couple of leaves, okay? Make that a little bit darker. It's got a bit of shading underneath that one there. Right, so if I'm going to colour in, this is exactly the thing. If I want to colour in a leaf and shade it directly from the pens, I would be saying, right, where's the darker bit on the leaf and where's the lighter? Let's start with the lighter, as we always say. And I colour in like this. And that's really nice, right? We can do that there. And then we maybe put a little bit here.
Yeah.
And a little bit there like that. And then I want to do the darker colour. I'll come in with this darker colour, and that's there like that. I do that. Can you see how difficult it is to blend one colour into the other, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah? And if I keep doing this, all I'm doing is I'm adding more and more ink to my paper, lots of it, and also even on this watercolour paper, it's getting a little bit fuzzy, yeah?
Yeah.
So watch the difference if this is the question, isn't it? I am answering the question. I haven't just gone on a tangent that I thought I heard, have I?
No,
that was right.
Well, I'll read it again. So what's the difference between marking ink on the glass mat and then using a brush to colour as opposed to just colouring straight from the marker? Yeah, so it is answering the question.
Yeah, that is. So that's what you would get with colouring straight from the marker. Lots and lots of ink laid down, and not able to kind of blend it. Does that, there's not much kind of subtlety there in the blending. With this one, I'll put the light colour down with the brush. Yeah, same thing, virtually exactly the same kind of places as I did with the other one. And then I'm going to pick up the darker colour, and I'll put that down here like that, where the darker area like this. But what I can do now is with the brush, I can blend it much more effectively. Can you see?
Yeah.
See how much softer and blended that is. And also, I have used hardly any of my product of my pen.
That's it.
So not only does it give you better look, it saves your product as well. So these are great questions for beautiful beginnings, guys. And to me, there's no. It's like there's no contest on which one I think looks best there.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys agree.
No, absolutely right.
But
what you've done on the left is what you would obviously do with your alcohol markers, isn't it? That sort of blending.
Yes.
What you've done on the right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what you have to do with your alcohol markers, because you wouldn't be using alcohol loose and blending it like a watercolour. It doesn't act that same way. But watercolours, they're designed to do that, which means you can get that much nicer effect and look. So hopefully that's answered that one. But keep them coming. I love this. This is brilliant. Yeah. Fabulous.
We'll carry on watching you here. There's just one other question for now. Susan's asking the best way to clean your glass board.
Oh, I use, if it's just water-based products like we're using tonight, just a damp bit of kitchen paper will do it. You don't even need anything on it. You don't need, a baby wipe even. If it's a little bit more stubborn, if it's, say, the shimmer sprays, I usually use just baby wipes to wipe it up.
Yeah.
What I do is if I'm using anything like glue, and I tell you what, I've experienced this, I have to say, you go into the studio sometimes in the TV studio, and if somebody's used a glass mat and they've used certain products on it and not wiped them off, forget it, you're on forever trying to get them clean before you start. Whoa, just saying, don't get me started. I'm going to be like, right, who was it? Hands up. But basically, Ben, if you use something like, like the glossy, the accent,
glossy highlights,
the glossy highlights, yeah. If you use like that and don't wipe it off your mat, wow, that is just on there and stuck solid. Likewise, things like acrylic paints, certain mediums, just clean them off, because trying to clean them off later is a nightmare. And maybe use something like a baby wipe or something. But if it's a water-based material like I'm using here mostly, it really does just come off, no bother. It's not a problem at all. I'm looking for a very pale, we'll colour these wings in a very, very pale bluey colour, hardly there. And again, right, so if I want to colour the wings in for this little guy here, this is the lightest blue I've got. Oh, hello, that's in your face. But if I want to, what I want is more of this, and even less, like almost like glass-like, just a very pale hint of blue, right? That's the difference in using your pens directly from the pen or using them with your brush.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's helped there as well. So
no, it has, and like you say, more than anything, doing it the way that you've done it is obviously giving you more longevity out of your pens, which is always a good thing. As much as we'd love to say, you use them straight from the pen and use your pens up as quickly as you can so we can sell you more pens, we want you to make sure that you get as long as you possibly can out of your pens and use them the best possible way.
Absolutely, because they're such a versatile product. I mean, you saw me earlier making backgrounds with them, and even these ribbons. So if I've done that ribbon, I think I want a little bit of shading on that. It's a little bit flat. I want to give it a little bit of an effect. I can use this peachy colour, and I can just come in and just add a little bit here like that, and then water in the middle, and then I've got a really nice kind of, looks like the ribbons kind of highlighted. See, if it's got like a glint on it instead of it being just the flat yellow. So definitely guys, get your water brushes out, but use them with the brush like this. It's like this is where they shine, this is where they sing for me, not just as a pen to colour in with. I'd never used them like that, Ben, to be honest, because the difference in the result by using them like this is huge.
And just another quick question. These are great questions, guys. I feel like Sheena and I are going to get brownie points in the morning for doing Beautiful Beginnings the way it should be done, by doing the colouring and the crafting you're watching, but then we're answering the questions as we go. So this is a good question. Amelie wants to know, she says, does anyone know the best ink to use to stamp on canvas? She says, I really want to give these stamps a try on canvas. Is there a way to do that, Sheena?
Canvas, right, ideally, it depends what you want to do with it, right? So backtracking, canvas is quite a resistant surface to stamp on. A, it's got texture, and B, it's not that porous because it's usually got gesso on it or a primer on it. So a thin ink would be difficult, so like a water reactive ink, I wouldn't say. Ideally an ink that's thicker and gloopier. So out of the Crafters Companion range, I would say the opaque water, the opaque water reactive inks. But that's if you want to lose the line. If you want to keep the line, then that would be another matter. You could try the waterproof dye ink.
Right.
But that's quite a thin ink. If you want to, for example, do a no lines image, so if you wanted to look like you're going to paint this onto a canvas, and you won't like, oh, right, okay, we've got samples for this. Bear with, Ben. Look at that pretty picture, and I'll find one because I have them here, to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There's a one that is the same image, and it's exactly what I was saying about the no line look.
Oh yes.
Yeah, right here. So, right, Ben. If we look at that, where we've got a definite inked outline, on there.
Yep.
And then we look at this one.
Yes.
It looks like there's no stamp at all there.
Yes.
So what you would do on your canvas, if you use a paler ink, just so that you can see it, and then you paint it with the appropriate acrylics or whatever you're using on the canvas, then you'll get that look like you've just painted it. There's no stamp there. There's no black line at all, which would be more of a painterly look than if you use a black like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah? Okay. So, shall we add a bit of bling to that then, Ben?
Always a bit of bling, Sheena. Let's do it.
A bit of bling. Let's do it. So, we've got choices of bling. We haven't got all the choices of bling because you've been buying all the bling. I had things I'm thinking, oh, I'm doing this, and then in the break, it was like, no, we haven't got that one. We haven't got that one. But we do have quite a few of them left, and some gorgeous colours.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what we've got left. We've got the golden sunflower, which is this one here. Can you see that one? I've got that one in shot. Right, and that's it on black there. So we've got that there. The gold dust is gone, as has the iced silver, but we have sunset bronze. We do. That's sunset bronze, which is this one here. Beautiful colour. Golden heather. We have this one here. I love this. This is gold. This is a lovely, lovely colour. It's like pinky purple with gold in it. It is so pretty. These are my favourite colours, to be honest. Royal velvet, which is this one here, is that one. And you know what? In the jar, that one looks ew. In the bottle, I was like, not my first go-to, but look when you spray it.
Like ew.
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 Like, yeah, don't tell Leanne. Don't tell Leanne.
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Next time you see Leanne, by the way, Sheena, ask her how she says royal velvet, because it's very, very funny. For some reason, she goes, royal velvet. I don't know quite why, but it's stuck, and it's very funny.
Whoa, okay, I will have to say that. So I'll have to say that, like, royal velvet. And it's just gorgeous. Like it's actually one of the best colours sprayed. It's one of the least impressive in the bottle, but I think it's one of the best colours sprayed. It's beautiful.
Agreed.
I love that one. Yeah, it's lovely. We've got, we have Firelight Sparkle, which is, fiery. It is fiery. It's like embers in a fire, that one. Lovely glow. We've got the gorgeous Summer Meadow. Did I mention the Shell Pink? Oh, I've skipped one. We've also got Seashell Pink, I think, in stock. So there's only that one, and that one, I think, out of stock, unless you've been buying them while I've been
you're right.
busy doing something.
Yeah. So, yes.
Okay.
All but those three.
Okay, brilliant. So what we'll do is I'm going to pick one. So I'm going to think of a one that's going to look as a nice overlay on this. I think we should use this one. Let's use that one, because that one's the one that you'll think, oh, I don't know. The other ones are, really gorgeous.
Which is that one?
This one is the Royal Velvet.
Yeah, Sheena.
So what we'll do is we'll spray this onto our, I was spraying it into one of those little fabulous little mixing palettes, but I think just for speed and space, I think we'll just always give them a shake, these, right?
Yeah.
And I store them on the side so that the mica doesn't settle in one little bit at the bottom near the little, the little tube. If it settles on the bottom, it's got more chance of moving and not forming a plug and blocking up the spray.
Yeah.
That might be my experience anyway. So I'm just going to spray this. Oh, it's so pretty on my mat. And then I'm going to dilute it because it's so blingy. And then I'm going to just paint it onto my flower. Now, you can just paint it on part of the flower as well if you want. You don't have to paint it on the whole thing. But let's just do that on, pick it up on a highlight. I'm going to spray a little bit more and just catch part of it instead of, like, say, the whole petal. And then you'll get the little shimmer in there. And it's really nice because what you get is like a glaze of the colour over the top, but they're not opaque colours, which means they're not going to obliterate what's underneath. You're still going to see your base colour on there. You just won't see the, it'll still have, but it'll give it a little bit of a tint over the top, is what I was meaning to say, And let me just pop a little bit on here, and then we'll put a bit of bling on there, light on there, and you can see the bling. Just cover these little guys here, and then we can find a one that we're going to use for the greenery as well. You see how little I'm using when I'm doing this. It's such a cool technique to use it like this. I just think it's just it's a way of controlling and putting the light where you want it to be. So I don't know if I pick that up. Can you see that glimmer on there?
Yeah, you can. Looks amazing.
Yeah, fabulous. So and then we'll pick another one, and we'll pop a little bit. Let's do the green. And again, you don't even have to do we could do a bronzy colour. Let's do sunset bronze a bit on some of this green, because you can. Mix it up, have a bit of a play, and just, go for the unexpected.
Mix and match the colours up,
definitely.
you say.
What was that, Ben?
I say mix and match the colours up. Have a play with these. That's what they're for, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's the thing. That's the fun of it, And I think that's why these are so cool, because even in the bottle, because you've got cool colours like a purpley colour, cool purple, and you've got a warm gold glitter in it. So that's what kind of gives them that two-tone kind of effect, and I think it's gorgeous. So I'm using this here on these little ribbons just to add a little bit of bling, but I can also water it down and add a little bit of warmth to the leaves here and there, and we'll just catch them on the top of these little bits here. I'm hoping all of this is useful to you, because I do like the fact in Beautiful Beginnings we can do this. And you know what you can do with this as well, just to keep the bling going? You could use something like your gilding wax along the edge of this, which we might do a little bit of that on as well, Ben, just to finish it off as a little technique that we can add to that.
Yeah, we've got gilding wax on the show, which we can look at in a bit. But I think a lot of people just generally happy to see the shimmer sprays and love the tip of storing them on their side as well. Just worth bearing in mind too, because Leanne was talking, the reason why these are so shimmery and shiny is the fact that these are packed with your mica. And what we've done, we've sort of addressed the problem before it happens, is that if you do find that your shimmer sprays do get a little bit clogged, we do have a shimmer spray care kit, which is on the show, as well as these shimmer sprays, which you can buy to make sure that you're flushing out your pumps, as it were. Sounds painful, that, doesn't it? You're flushing out your pumps regularly so that they're going to spray beautifully each and every time. So those are on the show for you, alongside the different colours that Sheena was showing you a few moments ago. But that looks amazing, Sheena. I can see it all the way up here in the northeast, how sheeny and shiny that is.
Hello?
Oh, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still there. I lost you for a minute then. Can you still hear me, Ben?
We can still hear you, yes.
Good. All right, then. I'm just turning it up a little bit, because I tell you what, the techie ribbons are having fun today. But can you see that there, the bling on that there?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks
on the leaves as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was just a fun thing to do with with that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a tidy up, Ben, if I can, and then we'll come back. Would you like to see gilding wax, or would you like to see a background?
Oh, what do we fancy? Mate, we've probably got time for a bit of both. I can show the gilding the wax that we've got here, so maybe have a look at a bit of gilding wax, and then if we can fit in like a little background later on as well, that would be marvellous.
Yeah, should we do a bit of gilding wax now, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll come back very
what
shortly.
I would do with this, seeing as that's almost done, in fact, I would probably trim that down a little bit more, to be honest, because there's a lot of space around it. But what you can do, and what I like to do is, now I know we've got a paper distress that can do this, but if you haven't got one yet, if you if you haven't got it to hand, this watercolour cord distresses really well, much better than regular cord, because it's just the makeup of it. And what I'm doing is I'm just using my blade from my small craft scissors here, just to thicken up the edge like that, and that's what I want, that really chewed up kind of, kind of like vintage kind of look there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go around the outside like this, and then I'm going to bring in my gilding wax, which is fabulous stuff. I absolutely love this stuff. And let's use, I've got a couple here. Let's use, I think I'm going to use this one here, which is the, I can never find the colour of them. Oh.
We've got...
I've got no idea what colour it is.
Let's have a look.
Where's the colour on it? I think
it's in really small writing.
I don't know. That might be King Gold, this one.
Yeah, it is King Gold.
All right, then.
We've got King Gold and Antique Gold. That's antique, I think.
I'm just looking, Ben, to see. Seriously?
King Gold and Antique,
any clues? Anybody? Bueller?
Turn them up towards the camera. I think you've got the same two as me.
King Gold.
That's King Gold in your left hand.
This is what it looks like when it's new and gorgeous like that. Look at that. Wow.
Beautiful.
Love that stuff. But you don't apply it directly like this. What you do is you're going to apply it using, taking most of it off. Yeah. And then applying it to the edge of your cord. Like this.
Funny question to ask, but I'll ask it anyway. Is that your normal applying finger for gilding wax? Because a lot of people I see...
It is my applicator of choice. It is, yeah.
Because a lot of people tend to go for the old fourth finger.
I've seen people think, oh, I don't want to put that on like that. Oh, I don't want to use that, and I don't want to touch it. But yeah, it's never bothered me. And you know what? Stick away takes it off really well, but a baby wipe, scarily enough, takes it off too. So I'm just going around the outside like this and applying this. Now, the thing is with this gilding wax is it does this brilliantly. It works on cards so well and paper products, but it is capable of so much more, Ben. This actually, when we went to Moseby many moons ago, Leanne and I, and clocked this, we saw this, was like, yes, this we need. The intention, because it's in such big jars, wasn't for like little card projects and paper craft projects. It was really to upcycle, like furniture and things. So let me bring something in here to show you. I'm just going to do that. So if you've got a box, say like this, this painted box with the paint fusion,
Oh, yeah.
So if we want to kind of blend that up a little bit more, this is where you can bring this, but this would be going on to things like your dressers or mirrors or anything. We've used it on the thing behind us. Actually, there's some gilding wax on the dresser that we painted behiing me.
Oh, amazing!
That we distressed with chalk paint, and then we put gilding wax over the top and waxed it, and it just gives a really nice finish. And the thing is, as well, when this dries, it's tough. So don't worry if you're putting it onto furniture and things, that you don't really have to do much to it, because it's not just a wax, it's kind of like an emulsion. It's like acrylic wax mix. It's very clever stuff, and it dries solid. And when it dries in about, maybe 5 minutes or so, because I put this on, I've layered it on thick, you will then be able to buff it with a cloth, because what you buff in is actually metal. It bonds the metal flakes that are in this. So it's not just a coloured pigment, it's real metal flakes in this, which is why it looks different to possibly other gilding waxes that you've used.
Yeah.
So you literally, you do polish it. It's like and the more you polish it, it blings up so prettily. It looks good now, but when it's been on there and you do give it a bit of a polish, it looks even more phenomenal. But look, see how that's just finished the edge of that box off there?
Looks beautiful, yeah.
Just things like that, just little bits and pieces, just to give your home decor items. And obviously I can't do a whole dresser, but this could be an upcycled mirror, it could be an upcycled piece of furniture that you just want to, give another lease of life to.
Yeah.
Like I say, when you've done that, just use a baby wipe.
Okay.
And if a baby wipe fails, stick away absolutely never fails.
Yeah.
Stick away is there. Like say that's a baby wipe, it's virtually all coming off there like that.
Yeah.
Big tip when you're using a dye-based product and things on your hands, definitely use a bar of soap. I've got a bar of soap in a tin I carry around with me. Next week when I'm back at the studio, I will have my tin of soap, Ben.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this hard soap is amazing compared to liquid soap. So I know liquid soap's so popular now, and we try that to get in all the ink off our hands and things when we've been crafting.
Yeah.
Seriously, get a bit of a solid bar of soap, and that will do it for you. But that's the Gilding Wax. Honestly, if you've got one colour, you're going to want more colours because it's a fabulous, fabulous product.
Fantastic.
Right, I'm going to have a tidy up and then we'll regroup and maybe do a background, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely right. And if you want to get the Gilding Waxes, the two that Sheena has just been crafting with, we have them on the show handily. So it is the King Gold and your Renaissance Gold as well. Just kind of show you up close and personal. Oh, hello. The different colours that you've got here. Ooh, and I love to show you the texture of this as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's almost sort of like quite moussey in its texture there. That's your antique gold, just to show you the difference. And you don't need a lot of this, as you've seen just then with Sheena's demos. You're literally taking off the smallest amount to apply it to create such a beautiful sheen and shimmer. And then if you want to take your cloth these and buff these up afterwards to create even more of a shine, you can. But that's the King Gold. That one there is your Renaissance Gold. That's a great price for the two today. Normally $25.98 or $33.90. You're getting both for just $15.20 or $20 if you're a Platinum member. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through as well. Appreciate all of these. Once again, says Joanne Michelli, Sheena is just loaded with tips on using things that we already have. Evelyn says, I put the wax in some old picture frames that were on their way to the donation box, and now they look shabby chic. Joanne also says, the edge crimper is one of my favourite tools, but I love that Sheena showed using scissors because the crimper always seems to hide on my craft desk. Yeah, those edge crimpers, or the crimplers as Craig calls them, they're easy to lose, aren't they? They're quite small. So yes, if you have misplaced yours, then the scissors are another option for you. Kenny Kohler says, beautiful Sheena, you are a great instructor. And loads of you just saying how lovely it is to have Sheena back with us again here. Sheena has blown my mind with all these fantastic techniques, says Vanessa Fuentes. And Betty Weaver says, Sheena, these are lovely, and thank you for the reminder to do all of the swatches. Loads of love coming in for the shimmer sprays as well. And Lynn says, I must admit, after watching Sheena today, I now know to use aqua markers on the glass mat and not direct to card. Absolutely brilliant, Sheena. I've already learnt a lot today. Thank you. And Amelie says, I appreciate the Q&As. It helps a lot, Sheena, Ben and team. Listen, keep the questions coming. We've got over a half an hour to go here. I want to show you some more deals in the studio when we come back. But also, I want you guys to ask those questions. Because remember, tonight, if you ask the questions, you could be a step closer to winning £250 or $250 because we'll pick someone at the end of the show to go into that draw on Sunday. So it's worth piping up. If you've got a question, ask it. If you've got another comment you want to send through, please do. And we will do all of that in the final half hour. In the meantime, let's give you some opportunity to get your baskets checked out. And we'll come back for that final half an hour in around about 4 or 5 minutes' time.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly
what
how
did she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got less than half an hour to go, so we thought we'd rattle through a few deals for you before you go back to Sheena. Michelle says, I love Wednesday. Sheena shows so many techniques and gorgeous effects. She's such a talented lady. Club Inspire, says Ingrid, the perfect name because that's what they do. Thank you. And Wendy Graham says, I cannot wait to put all these techniques to good use and enjoy all my aqua pens. Thank you, Sheena. Stay with us as well because we will be drawing the winner of the show very, very soon, the winning comment. Just thought I'd rattle through a few of these deals for you though that we have got on the show. Hit the shop the day button to see all of these. Assorted embossing folder selection, 26 elements in total here. These are incredible because you've got some of the most beautiful embossing folders from some of the most recent collections actually. This one comes from the Roaring 20s. It is your floral deco. It is 6x4 in size, but it's got that beautiful sort of fan, almost like well, clamshell design, if you like, very Art Deco sort of style to it. Originally launched with the Roaring 20s collection, and that one is included in the bundle. Then you're going to get our Regal Rectangle. These are great folders, again, 6x4 in size, but what you've got here is the ability to be able to emboss that beautiful frame, but then you've got all of these dies that go with it as well. So these rectangles you can use to create your mats and layers over the top of the emboss, use them separate to it. It's entirely up to you how you go about it, but that's a lovely set that you've got within that collection. Then you've got your classic lace. Again, this is a beautiful 3D embossing folder. So classy is this, and the kind of frame, again, that you'll be able to use across a whole host of different collections. If you think of all of the beautiful collections that we've brought to you recently, this kind of frame I think will just work across multiples. You've then got this beautiful set from the Colour Your World collection. This is 3D embossing folder with stencils as well. So if you want to be able to create that sunrise scene there, does that remind anyone else of the Teletubbies? You can create that nice and easily because you pop it through your machine, create that 3D emboss, and then you've got the beautiful stencils to pop your colour in over the top. So it just makes the whole process very simple. Then you've got, I can't believe we've done this in the bundle, the beautiful Opulent Grace 2D embossing folder from the Venetian Grace collection. Really kind of highlights, I think, the architecture and the style of Venice in that one folder. You've got a beautiful embossing folder that we launched with the Wildflower collection. That one is called your Wonderful Wildflowers. And then lastly in this set, beautiful 6-piece set from the Say It With Flowers collection. This is your Elegant Floral Spray. And once again, this gives you all of the stencils to be able to piece over the top of your emboss once you've done it, to really be able to colour in the individual elements of that beautiful emboss. That is £28 or $36 if you want to jump in and grab that assorted embossing folder collection today. We've also got on the show Gilding Flakes for you. Now, you do get this with tools as well. I don't have the tools here with me, but what I do have is all of the colours you're going to get within this set. Your luxury Gilding Flakes in the patina. Dare I get all of these out? Maybe I'll just, because well, last time I did, I mean, I've got loads of stuff over my hands today, but last time I did got Gilding Flakes out. Basically, the inside of my car now is all Gilding Flaked up. But listen, fear not, you've got your Sun Glow, you've got your Rich Copper and your Verdigris. That's in the patina. You're going to get your Cosmic, which brings you that beautiful outer space. You've got Blue Moon and then your Starlight. You're going to get the Carnival, which is Midnight Mauve, Deep Iris, and your Lapis Blue. And then finally in the set is your blush, which is the Rose Gold, Soft Rose, and your Pretty Pink. That is a 25% discount that you've got there. How many left? We've got less than 30 of those remaining. You do get the tools with those as well. I don't have them currently here, but a great deal. £36 or $44, less than 30 of those to go round. So if you fancy snapping those up sooner rather than later. Now, buddy bags. Buddy bags. Come here. Come here. Now, you're going to get all 6 of these. You get, if I remember rightly, you buy 4, you get 2 for free. Edna and Sue you get for free. Do you know what? Out of everything that is in here, right, a lot of people might look at this and go, oh, there's pens there. Or they're going, oh, there's some zips and there's some ink pads. You know what George of the Joysticks just said? Oh, there's some sweets there. That's the first thing he saw. I don't know if, what that tells you about George of the Joystick, but that is the first thing that he saw there in the buddy bags. He's missing. Oh, by the way, sorry, just before we get into this, Daniel, if you're still watching, you know the Haribo that you sent us, which we finally located on Friday in the studio, all gone. I am not even joking. In 5 days, gone. I tell you what, a lot disappeared over the weekend. A lot disappeared Saturday, Sunday. We had a little nibble on Friday. Of course we did when they came in. Saturday, Sunday, whoever was in, don't know who it was, not pointing any fingers, loads went. But anyway, we appreciate that, but thank you so much. They've pretty much, well, they have gone. They've all disappeared. We enjoyed them. Now, Totally Tiffany. Reason we talk about sweets because there are sweets in one of these bags. But listen, you're going to be storing your crafty goodies in these. £20.80 or $28.80. The two that you are getting for free are Sue and, I just said it, didn't I? Edna. That's not Edna, that's Teresa. Edna, where have you gone? That's Edna. So the two freebies you'll get, Sue and Edna. And whilst you can pop whatever you want into these bags, let's be honest with you, but I kind of think Sue and Edna here, we've actually popped in things that really, really do suit them. So in Edna are ink pads. How brilliantly are these stored in here? And I counted these up earlier for you. 20 stored on top of each other. So whether it be our waterproof dyes, our alcohol proof, whether it be our quick dries, our opaques, our water actives, whichever ones you've got, you'll get 20 in there, stacked top to toe, absolutely brilliantly. And also, thank you very much indeed, Victoria. Yes, the glitter paste will fit in the Edna bag as well. So if you were thinking about those, they will fit in there. Each one comes with like a hard plastic lining. So you've got your kind of items protected in there. They're all see-through, as you know, with the buddy bags, and they're wipe clean, which is the brilliant thing. So if you do have any spillages, you can wipe them clean, no problem at all. All of them come with that hook and mesh loop there for you, so you can keep all of the items in there nice and safe and sound. And of course, you've got your little carry handle. Nice as well, just to have that on the shelf, to take it off the shelf really, really quickly and easily. So that one's free within the bundle there. You're also going to get your Sue. Sue, again, it gives you some suggestions here, but, you know, ink pads, yes, things like, you know, booklets and cartridges. I mean, you can pop some of your dies in here too, but we think very handily for having your zips on a roll, because what you can do, you see, is you can kind of dispense those out of the side of the bag and just have them there, like popping out, ready to use them whenever you should need them. So we've got 4 of our zips in a roll on there. She's free within the bundle. Now, also in this set, if you need pen storage, that's Terry. There are some of the bigger bags to store more of your pens in, like Sarah, for example, but Terry is absolutely perfect for storing in things like your classics and your illustrators. And again, as I showed you a little bit earlier on, because you get the hard plastic casing inside of these as well, they're not going to get damaged. And then, you know, they're nice and easy then to pop down. You can simply stick the back down, and then you've got the pens at hand there on your craft desk whenever you want to use them. And again, you can see through exactly what is in there because it's clear. Then you're going to get Teresa. I mean, our Teresa is a bit of a mess, if I'm being honest with you, but again, what we've popped in there is a load of glitter pots. You can see you can get absolutely tons in those. And if we were bothered, we would wipe that clean for you. But listen, it's been like that for ages. You're getting that there within the collection, you'll get a clean one. And then you're going to get these two, who I think are fairly similar. So you've got Stephanie, and then you've also got Katia. They each come with like 4 little compartments. What we've done with ours, again, you know, great for sort of transportation, is that you have got the ability to be able to pop in ink pads again in here. We've popped in some of our little mini inks. We've popped in some little bottles of like Nouveau drops as well. But you listen, if you wanted to take those out and store those separately on your craft desk or on your shelves, you could do. And then you've just got a really handy bag to pop a load of different goodies in there. It's entirely up to you. But listen, all of those are included within this bag. And then, so I've just seen a message from Craig. You know, we're talking about the Haribos. He's just sent me a message in block capitals going, "I never got any." Craig, to be honest with you, I didn't get loads too. They all disappeared over the weekend, mainly. Well, having said that, I think you had quite a few, George, didn't you, when you came back in the other day? Yeah. Lastly in your buddy bag bundle is Katia. Yeah. And again, you've got your 4 compartments there. We've stored in things like our tape pens, low-tack tape. And George is very excited that you can pop sweets in there as well. So however you want to do it, whatever you want to store them in, they're absolutely perfect. And that's a great bundle to go for just £20.80 or $28.80. A couple final deals from me, and then we will go back to Sheena. These ink pads. This is the Water Active Ink Pad Mediterranean collection. So you remember earlier on I showed you the Mediterranean collection. These colours have been specifically chosen to work very, very nicely with that set. So in your Water Reactive, we have popped in the Pine Tree. You have got your Midnight. We've got Ocean Blue, Sandstorm, Plum Jam, and then your Straw Bale. There are 6 of those for just £20 or $28. Double points on all of these goodies as well, with a 30% saving. And I think we've got less than 30 of those remaining as well. Right. We are going to rock and roll back over, I think, to Sheena, who is back with us, fully charged and ready to show us one final demo it will be. We've got about 10 or 15 minutes for you, Sheena. Are we doing backgrounds now? What did you say we're going to do next?
Yeah, backgrounds. I love the background. Backgrounds are fun. Backgrounds are great. Just let me show you that. Look, there you go. That's what I love. I want that deal. I'm going to need to get it because I've got all of my water reactive ink pads. I think a lot of them fit in that Stephanie one. So that's, and speaking of water reactive, we're going to use some of that in a minute as well.
Nice.
So, right, background. We're still going to use that floral set because I want to stick with what I said about value for money and flexibility and just things you can do with this set. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a background which is going to look like you've used your water reactive ink pads to create it. And we'll know better because before your very eyes we're going to do it together, and we're going to use the aqua markers, a bit of glycerin. This is just glycerin in there. It looks fancy, but you know what, it's so worth buying those little empty containers online, putting your glycerin in that and then popping that in your craft bag. I've got actually 2. At any time there's at least 1, usually 2 little bottles of glycerin with me because I know I'm going to use them at some point. So I'm going to use these applicators, which have got that fabulous deal that I've put together for you as well. So have a look at that when you get a chance.
Yeah.
And picking up the glycerin then, and then the colour I've just put down there. And what this is now, what I've created is a blendable ink that will move very nicely, thank you, across the surface of my card, and it blends so well and so quickly and easily, and I'm using hardly any ink. I'll put a couple out there. As always, I'm using the lighter colour first.
Yeah.
And I am going to keep putting a little bit of glycerin out. You may not have to charge it with glycerin every time, because what we'll find is once you've got a certain amount of glycerin onto the base of the card, it will already kind of act as like, it's kind of like as if you're oiling the card. It's weird. It's not oil. Don't think it's oil. It's water based, and it's vegetable glycerin I'm using.
Yeah.
It's perfectly safe. In fact, most of it is edible, but don't eat it. Just don't do it. No, don't do it. But you can get glycerin for like cooking and things. I think you use it in like cake decorating.
Oh yeah.
For like icing and things like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to always have, there was a certain cosmetic company that would go ding dong.
Oh, I know that one, yeah.
Avon calling, that one.
Yeah.
And they used to have a rose and glycerin hand cream. And it was like a classic. My mum always bought rose and glycerin hand cream. It was like the law, you had to get it. So that was the first time I'd ever seen glycerin. So, you know, it's all good stuff. It's all safe. Used to have it, if they have it in the hand cream, it's all fine. All good. So can you see how we've got, now I've deliberately missed some areas. That's the lighter colour, and the one I've used is the meadow. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to use some leaf green. Leaf it out again. We're still calling all the same things all over again, but I can't help it. Yeah, there you go. We'll pop that there. I'm going to pick up some of the glycerin again, now the darker green, and I'm going to start blending that. It's just really amazing how well this blends. So much easier. You know, if you were trying to create a diffused, seamless, blended background without this technique, it would take quite a bit of, you know, watercolour blending skill to do that. But with a bit of glycerin and this, it makes it much more achievable, you know, by everybody. So we'll pop that there, a bit more of that there. Still want to be careful that I don't lose all of that light green there, so I'm being careful about that. Another thing to mention is when you're using glycerin, it can take a little bit longer to dry on your card. But don't worry, just use a heat gun, get it dried, and it'll be fine. You'll be okay, it'll all be good. So just give it a little bit longer. So we've got that there. We're going to blend a little bit here and and if you find that you want to blend it out but not add more colour, you can use a little bit just glycerin onto your applicator, and that will help you do that too. So in fact, I'm going to go back in with that lighter colour. I don't want to darken anymore, just the light colour. Touch more glycerin, just a small amount, and then we've got that whole card covered, and that was really quick for blending over the surface of a card.
Yeah.
The combination of the glycerin and this large applicator, Ben, it's a winner chicken dinner when speed is of the essence, because I do want to fit in a really cool rocking at least one good demo by the end of the show here with the backgrounds. So we've got that there, right, happy with that. We can add another colour. So the process here, the formula, as I like to give you a formula, the recipe, is start with the lighter colour first. Whenever you're doing backgrounds like this, whether you're using your water reactive inks or you're using your pens or anything, always put the light colour down first, because you can see where to avoid. And it's harder to, you won't get the light back, but you can darken at any time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, good. There you go.
Perfect.
Sometimes I say these things, I think, I'm hoping it's coming out of my mouth the way it makes sense in my brain.
You make sense to me, Sheena, and if it makes sense to me, I think it makes sense to everybody. Because if I can understand it, everyone can.
That's good to know, Ben. Thank you. So now I'm going to add a little bit of this purpley colour in now and again. Now this is darker. This is much darker. This is wildflower, but just to break it up, and it's just going to, you would think like green and purple, wow. But can you see how it's just giving it kind of, it looks sort of a bit like kind of mossy, heathery kind of look.
Yeah.
I quite like that. It's just making it a little bit more earthy, and still trying to preserve some of that lighter green in there. And you know what, technically I don't even need to work on the middle, because the middle is where we're going to put the topper that we've created.
Yeah.
But we'll do it anyway.
Does the glycerin add a sheen, Sheena, asked Sue? Do you get a sheen from the glycerin?
You do, you get a bit of a sheen. When that dries, that'll go down. That'll disappear a bit. But yeah, you do. It's kind of like I say, it just until it dries, and then it's not as shiny.
Yeah.
But that's how you know that you've got enough glycerin on, is when it, you know, if you need to put your sunglasses on, cease and desist, walk away. You've done too much. Right. So I'm going to stop there, Ben. That's enough. I could continue blending, and I could get that really diffuse and blended, but I don't need to, because we're going to do the next layer on here, which is going to be, there's a couple of things we can do. We can put a bit of pattern in here, and then we'll layer the pattern. So I'm going to go to these fabulous stencil sets. So these stencil sets here are the ones that I keep coming back to because I love them, and I will be using them time and time again going forward, because they're just so usable. They're like worker stencils. I'm going to use this chevron colour, this pattern in the background, which is a really good, just neutral kind of, you know, it doesn't say anything. It's just a repetitive pattern and good for layering, to put something in the background.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my gesso. You know what gesso is? It's Italian for gypsum or chalk, Ben.
Oh, is it really?
It's, and it's pronounced. If you go online, you know the way you can get things and it'll pronounce it for you, you know, to give the right pronunciation. Apparently it's gesso.
A gesso?
The Italian lady saying gesso.
Ah.
Prego. Yeah.
Prego.
Gesso. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know anything. Mi amo Sheena. That's about it.
What is that? What's that? Piano?
Mi amo and ti amo. I think I know those two.
The only bit of Italian I remembered from when we went to Venice was Il Conte per favore.
Was that how much it is?
Can I have the bill, please?
Ah, there you go. See, I love Italian language. I love Italy. I loved Italy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I love that, like, kind of flamboyant, you know, when you, well, I'm sure all Italian people aren't like that, but you kind of, that's the stereotypical kind of, you know, gesturing with your hands and things. I like that.
That's it.
So,
where did you go in Italy?
What was that, Ben?
Where did you go in Italy?
Oh, well, I stayed in Limone, which is where they grow the lemons, and it was on Lake, was it Lake Garda?
Oh, yeah.
And really, really pretty place. Just a small place, but you know, we travel about all the other places and gone for day trips in different areas. Been to Rome as well.
Yeah, it's
but
amazing.
yeah, really, really lovely. Beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah, I was saying because we launched the Venetian Grace collection, didn't we, a while back? And it's one of my favourites because one of my favourite places Laura and I went to. Have you ever been to Venice? Because that is a marvellous city, I tell you.
No, I've been to Venice. There was an option when I did a cruise once that I could have gone to Venice, and I didn't, and I kind of wish I had. Because yeah, were you singing One Cornetto?
Yes, we did a trip on the gondolas, and the guy was singing that song, but he got the words wrong because he wasn't singing just One Cornetto, Give It to Me.
Oh,
He
you're
was singing something
joking. You
else.
could have helped him out and increased the culture level.
Just one cornetto.
You know, Ben felt really embarrassed showing himself up like that. Oh. Right, so what we've got there is a nice background kind of texture, but it's a bit there and not there, and that's what we want. We don't want it flat and just, you know, uniform. We want it a little bit mysterious.
Yes.
Which is exactly what we've got there. And then we're going to use another pattern on top. We can come back to this set of these stencils and pick another. And there's loads to choose from. I'm spoiled for choice, but we'll use this one here, this one, which is in the Opulent Trio.
Yes.
Like that, the Opulent Trio one. And we'll pick out this pretty swirly one there. Very organic, very leafy, florally, and as that's what we're kind of been stamping and colouring, leafy, florally things, we may as well stick with a leafy, florally kind of look.
Absolutely. And I think as well, if you want these stencils, these were the ones that launched with the Duet ink pads, and they are available on the website, so you can still get them.
Oh, they're fabulous, they are. And so, yes, still available, just basically because they are relatively pretty new, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's still people yet to discover the wonders of this set. So I would like the sprays, there's been proven that, you know, don't hang around too long. I wouldn't hang around too long on the stencils either, because it's not guaranteed that you're always going to get them back.
That's it.
So if you do like them, you know, I would just you know, don't, like you say, it's your choice. You know what you can do, what you can't do. But if you want them, I will get them. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm using the aquas for stenciling now. What? Talk about value for money and a versatile product, Ben.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's messing with my head. Because look, you can stencil with them brilliantly.
Looks amazing.
Now, without the wonders of your glycerin, that wouldn't happen because they would be too thin. The ink would just run underneath the stencil. You know, you wouldn't be able to do it. What this has done is it's, again, like I said earlier, thickened up the ink, and it slowed down the drying time, which means that there's exactly what you need for a stencil. Runny ink is the enemy of a stencil.
Yes.
And a too quick drying time, also the enemy of a stencil, because stencils need a bit of, you need a bit of time to move that ink and colour around there, and you also don't want it to bleed underneath the little windows then of the stencil area. So, oh, how cool is that?
Looks
like that background. It's just me, but these backgrounds, this makes me happy. This is me in my happy place doing happy things, because it's started out as a white bit of card. If you bought a backing paper like that, you'd probably be pretty pleased and think, oh, got a deal there.
Yeah.
But you've made it yourself from a white bit of card gives you like massive satisfaction, because you've created it from nothing. What we're going to do is we're going to put some spray on over there as well. But here's the thing. But man, how Geordie is that? Yeah. We'll use a couple of colours, right? And we will make it a little bit more kind of precise on where we're going to put these colours. So I'm spraying some of this summer meadow, and we'll also use some of this golden sunflower.
The background's incredible. What paper have you used? Connie's asking. What did you spray this onto? What cardstock? The background.
Cardstock. You know what? I used on this one. I've used the multi-purpose cardstock. Yeah, because you're using the glycerin, it's actually you know, it moves around the surface really well. Without the glycerin, it wouldn't be as well. You couldn't do it with the pens for anyway, period. But that does absolutely help the glycerin. And save your watercolour card, that lovely, gorgeous artist quality watercolour card there. Save that for your colouring in, like I said at the top of the show. That's what's going to get you. That's the time to use that. Don't use the good stuff if you don't have to use the good stuff in those times. So what I've done is I've stenciled some bling on, but again made it a little bit broken. And you know what? We'll put one more colour on there. Let's just go over the top.
Nearly out of time, Sheena.
We're out of time. No.
Nearly. We've only got 4 minutes left. I don't know where the time's gone.
Again.
Hey?
Let's do it all again. No, not really. Next week we will. Next week do it again. But that hopefully, guys, has given you an idea of how you can layer up your stencils. We'll put the top out while it's dried on top of there. Don't even know where I've put it now. There you go. Imagine that layered up. That on that. Job's a good one. There you go. In real time, white card.
I tell you what, absolutely brilliant. It's been such a great day. People loving that background, Sheena. So many people commenting. Jessica saying amazing. That background has turned out phenomenal, says Kim. And Dad says, I'm going to use this technique for my background on my Christmas cards. I mean, you've learned so much over the course of the day. And you know what, Sheena? It's been a marvellous day. As much as, you know, I've missed your company here in the studio. I think we've had a good day across the digital airwaves, if that is such a thing.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. And you know, once we get, there's a couple of little glitches that are just fixable, and I think it worked a treat, and so that's fabulous. So between here and there, we'll have it covered.
Absolutely. When are we seeing you next, Sheena? Are you back in next week, or is it the week after?
Oh, it's not next week. I keep saying next week. Of course it's not. It's not next week. Sorry, everybody. It's the week after. I'm back in the studio.
Okay. Well, we really look forward to it. Sheena, it's been so lovely to have you with us. Thank you to all of your team there for making things happen. And I think it's been a success. We've had a brilliant time. And enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you in a fortnight.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Sheena. Oh, fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed the show today. And hopefully you guys, well, I say hopefully you guys have. I know you have from all of the comments which are coming through. Just before we disappear, thank you for all of those comments. It's been so busy, again, on this show with the questions. We've loved the questions. That's what Beautiful Beginnings is all about. You guys asking the questions and getting involved with us. And all of those comments has led to another person being chosen at random to go into the draw on Sunday to stand the chance of winning £250 or $250 to spend with us. The winner is Wendy Graham. Wendy Graham, there we go, Wendy. Thank you for your comment. You are into the draw on Sunday. Do make sure that you watch on Sunday, because it could be you winning that spending spree. Just before we go, can we just see Sheena one more time? There's Willow. Bye, Willow.
Willow, look.
Willow. Willow. Hello.
Oh. She talks too.
Bye, guys. What a great way to finish the show. And the fact she's always got a tennis ball in her mouth. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not here tomorrow, but I will be back with you on Friday with Debbie Robinson. What am I like? That is going to be brilliant Friday. We've got an amazing launch for you there and something really fun lined up on Fun Time Friday. Come back with us tomorrow, though, because we've got another fantastic day lined up with another brand new launch for you. But until then, make sure you check out your baskets, and we will see you tomorrow morning here at Crafters TV. Until then, goodbye for now.